Hello everybody, Paul here. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to a brand new RD show where we're taking another incredible Assetto Corsa mod out for a test drive. Today we're doing a track and we're doing the Watkins Glen International Circuit, a brilliant mod that's recently been updated by author LilSki, and it is excellent. It's a very famous American circuit, of course. Many people will know of Watkins Glen, either from Formula 1 or more recently IndyCar and NASCAR, and we're going to drive it in a GT3 Ferrari in a race against 34 other cars and talk about our impressions of what is one of the best tracks in Assetto Corsa that's just got even better thanks to this new mod by Kevin. A really impressive piece of work. Absolutely one of the finest mods, as all of his are. There's Bridgehampton, Watkins Glen, there's New Jersey Motorsport Park Lightning, and there's also, of course, Riverside. 4 incredibly good quality mods. I urge you to check them all out for Assetto Corsa. You'll have a great time. But today, we're focusing on Watkins Glen International. We're doing the boot layout of the circuit. It's a track that I'm not massively familiar with from a driving point of view, so I've had a bit of time already getting used to it, and I can say this now, it's incredible. So I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go for a little race and give our impressions of the new build. Came out 3rd of October, available to download at Race Department, and it's the Watkins Glen International Circuit by LilSki. Okay, let's have some racing fun. Okay, yippee-ki-yay, here we go. Find the binding point. And they're off. Now we're racing the GT3 cars here from Kunos. There's a URD Aston Martin, oops, in the mix for good measure. And we've got AI strength set to kamikaze by the looks of it. No, we've got AI strength set to 100%. to give us a little bit of a workout, although everybody seems to be off throttle and kicking up flame here. Right, there we go, all good. Let the racing begin. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is a mod track, a track created for free by a very talented member of the community by the name on the forum at Race Department of LilSki. I think I've got that right, LilSki. Please forgive me if that's pronounced LilSki. And yes, it is truly epic. Now, it originally came out in early 2018, around March time, but LilSki has been working on this amongst his other projects, and earlier this month, earlier in October, the 3rd, I do believe, he brought a new update out that contains things like some changes to the track based on the current 2018 format. So there's a new grandstand, there's a little bit of changes to the trackside furniture to better replicate what we have at present around this wonderful venue. But more importantly, and something I am not yet utilising, it's been updated for the new, very impressive shader mod that's been released. And that means it's got the endurance night lights, so we can do evening racing. It's got some improvements to the way the track is visually represented, and it really is. This shader mod is awesome. I'm not going to go into too much detail because this is about Watkins Glen, but I will do a video on it when I find some time to actually investigate it and try it out for myself. But Watkins Glen International, as of the 3rd of October update, is compatible with that new shader mod, so that's good news for all of us sim racers wanting to make the most of Assetto Corsa. Even though ACC's now out, this sim still has so much mileage left in it. Right, Watkins Glen. Well, to be honest, I don't know what I can say that can do this track mod justice. All of the mods that I listed at the beginning of this video by LilSki are genuinely, absolutely class. sheer class. And this is no exception. It's been done as a bit of a labour of love. Watkins Glen is a stunning track, an incredible historic venue that absolutely does not get enough love from developers in sim racing. Off the top of my head, and I may be wrong, oh, let's try not to spin off there. Off the top of my head, drop it down a gear, power! Power! Off the top of my head, I think there's only really NASCAR Heat 3 that's got this as default vanilla content in game, and let's be quite honest about it, that is an horrendous version of the track, and this one that we're playing now in AC is far superior in quality, in realism, in visuals, in feel, in everything. It's just way better than the NASCAR Heat 3 in every single way, and we're genuinely very lucky people to have access to this in our favourite racing simulation of Assetto Corsa. But, I hear you say AC might not be my favourite sim. In which case, folks, you're in luck. There is an authorised and supported conversion of this track available equally as good for rFactor 2. So if AC is not your thing and it's more RF2, or even if you just like both sims and want to play a pretty damn fine track, then you are in luck. It's in both simulations, and that's brilliant news. It's a real shot in the arm for rFactor 2 to have high quality modded content like this available, because let's be frank, RF2 has not taken off in the modding sense of the word as well as RF1 did. To be fair, the natural successor to rFactor 1, which was really the first massively incredibly modded, seriously modded racing sim in the modern era, the natural successor to that has been Assetto Corsa. For some reason, whatever that might be, modders have taken AC to heart rather than RF2, or certainly at the beginning anyway. Although that is picking up in rFactor 2 now, let's be honest, that is picking up and getting much better as Studio 397 step in and ever improve the simulation. But all that aside, it's wonderful news to have such a great track like this one, such a great mod that's been so well made, available in both AC and RF2. So hats off to you, Mr. LilSki, and your team of merry men that created the rFactor 2 conversion. That's really positive news for all us sim racers. But enough of that, we're getting sidetracked. We're looking at the AC version here, that's what we're interested in today. And don't take too much curb, Paul, otherwise you will have yourself a bit of an accident. Yeah, this is a great mod. It's really clean, it runs really well. The detail that's been applied to it, the road mesh feels wonderful. You really feel connected to the road. I'm using stock Kunos content in the Ferrari GT3 car against a field of other GT3 machines, and it feels, the feedback from the wheel, don't take both hands off the wheel, the feedback from the wheel feels on a par, if not slightly above, the way the Kunos ones feel. So the real work that's gone into the mesh, which is very important for those of us that don't know about road meshes, that's the bit that makes it more than just a visual representation of a track, and that looks really good. But on the visuals as well, what's been done with Watkins Glen is marvellous. As I say, we've got the 2018 update, so it's very much up to date with modern standards of the circuit, and it looks great. The detail from the wear of the tarmac, the rich trackside backgrounds. Oops, a daisy. Look, see, I'll just show you the escape road while we're talking about it. It's been done really well, and Watkins Glen's an iconic track. It's based just outside of New York City in the US. Of course, it hosted Formula 1 Grand Prix in the 60s and 70s. Sadly, very sadly indeed, it was the venue that the very wonderful Francois even Sever lost his life in what would have been Jackie Stewart's 100th Formula 1 Grand Prix. Obviously Stewart was the team leader of the Tyrrell team at the time of Sever's accident, and Francois would have gone on to have been the team leader the following season for Tyrrell, as Stewart had already made his decision to retire at the end of the US Grand Prix. But based on the tragic accident, Stewart and Sever obviously very close friends on and off the circuit. Stewart decided to retire one race early, having completed 99 Grand Prix in an illustrious career, and so was the end of a bit of a legendary era in Formula 1, and a tragic cutting short of the life of a driver that could and probably would have gone on to win many Formula 1 Grand Prix and World Championships in the years that followed. But sadly, that is the history of the sport, when many brave drivers died on a very regular basis in Formula 1, very different to what it is now. And oh, there we go. And now Watkins Glen has been modernised ever so slightly, but in the way that it seems only the US can do. They've managed to flaunt modern safety rules and keep it quite similar to the way it was back in the 70s heyday. And it still regularly hosts NASCAR and IndyCar and IMSA sports car races, Pirelli tyres, Continental Tyre Challenge races, I believe, although that might need fact checking. I'm not quite sure if I'm talking porcupines there or not. But yeah, it still very regularly hosts modern international class motor racing, which is a wonderful thing because it really is an exceptional track. And what LilSki's done with both the Assetto Corsa and the R Factor 2 versions does the circuit proud. The virtual representation that we've got here, that is of course available to download from racedepartment.com right now, does give an absolutely wonderful representation of what is an absolutely, hello, there's a wall there, let's hit the wall. Yep, see, there we go. No flying through imaginary walls here, that one's a solid object. Yeah, the virtual representation really does give you a beautiful driving experience, and this is an easy 5-star, a 10 out of 10, an A+++ mod track. One of the finest, frankly, that's available in Assetto Corsa, or even R Factor 2 as well, and should be commended for the quality that LilSki's put in, the quality, the work, the dedication. It's phenomenal. I hope you've enjoyed this talk and drive. It's been a bit shorter than I planned, actually. On reflection, maybe I should have knocked it onto 12 laps, but hey ho. Been exciting because it's been my first drive in my new rig. Very weird driving a new rig. I've got new pedals as well. Everything feels awkward, hence my driving, which is not spectacular at the best of times, but even worse today. But don't let that put you off. Watkins Glen International is available to download now. It's just been updated. Probably now it's a version 1 complete. There'll be no more updates as LilSki moves on to other projects, which you can read about in the accompanying article to this video at Race Department. I'll put a link in the description of the video for those of you who are finding this on YouTube and want to read more about this epic mod track and what motivates the modder to create such incredibly high quality content for free for the sim racing community. I hope, as I say, you've enjoyed this video. Please do give me a subscribe on YouTube. We'd really appreciate that. Also, catch us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, racedepartment.com. And I've been Paul. This has been Watkins Glen International for Assetto Corsa. We've been doing a talk and drive. You'll be watching RDTV. I hope you've enjoyed it. Sim racing's awesome, people. Till next time. Catch you later. Bye bye.